And well, just like that, 2022 is over, and the nightmares for United fans are finally gone. So overall, we had some ups and downs, maybe more downs than ups, if we're being quite honest. But really, here are the 5 ways that Man United actually, made 2022 worth it. We ended in a bang. So, just to get us started, it's as simple as benching specific players, right? And, for the past years, we've all grown accustomed to just always saying, hey, F it. We know that some of these players are going to start whether they're in good form or not, right? So whether it was with Ole, with Rangnick, with any of our past coaches, we knew that we had a starting 4 in the back that would probably never change, right? There was not a lot of competition going around. Everybody was going to keep their jobs no matter how well they were playing. But, Ten Hag came in and said, hey, we're done with that. Here, if you're not in form and you're not actually producing, you're going to get benched, and we're going to give people opportunities to show what it's all worth, right? So I do think that's one of our biggest takeaways, where we're no longer afraid of, big names having to go bench, right? If you're benching Ronaldo, the greatest goal scorer to ever lace up, I think you're good with any other player past that, right? So that really set us up for what I believe came before that, right? Right in the beginning of Ten Hag joining in the summer, of actually getting some smart transfers, right? And we're not talking about your typical Woodward transfers that, have no business doing. But we actually made some good decisions, right? I think the most important one being Christian Eriksen, in the sense of it was a free transfer. We spent 0 money to get him, right? But then the people that we did spend money on, our Casemiros, our Lisandro Martinez, even our Anthony's, have paid off to a certain degree for us this season, especially Casemiro and Lisandro. These 2 guys are rocks, right? Like, we can depend on these guys. These guys have a certain character in the locker room that we haven't had in quite some time, right? And, we got Casemiro. This is the DM that we've been wanting for years. When we finished in second about 2 seasons ago, really, we could have made a push for the title, if we're being quite honest. But we didn't have that center defensive mid, right? We didn't have a good rotation going there to actually make us rock solid in the midfield. But what can you do, right? Hindsight's 2020. Glad that now we have some smart transfers in place that'll help us build for the future. And that really just piggybacks into my third way that I think United has definitely wrapped up the year correctly. It's now we're a lot more disciplined, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch. I think Ten Hag has made it incredibly obvious that he does not care who you are. If you don't follow the team rules, you are going to get some sort of consequence, right? We saw that with Garnacho being late to some of the practices during preseason. We saw that with Ronaldo's absence from certain games in the preseason. The big Ronaldo drama, leaving in arguably our best game of the season against Tottenham 2-0. I think that Ten Hag has now created this ambiance where, hey, doesn't matter who you are, you will get benched. And I think the cherry on top came in when Rashford woke up late, for that game day, and he got benched for Garnacho. So nobody's safe. The hottest man in Man United right now got benched for being late to a meeting. And some might say that's a little harsh. Some might say, hey, why would you do that? We need to change the team rules. It depends on who it is. No. You know what? This is great. This is the sort of discipline that we need. And I'm just glad that we have the coach to back it up now. And in true essence of United, we've always had a very clear, system for us to play in, whether it was with Sir Alex Ferguson or even Louis van Gaal, right? Someone, if we're going back that far, and even Mourinho, like parking the bus, if you will. Now we have a clear identity. I think with Ole, even though we had some generic success, right? We made a couple of finals. We finished second in that one season. I still don't think we had a true playing style. We were really just a counter-attacking team that, hey, we're going to pick you off whenever we can. And that could only last you so long, right? Like, ask Tottenham that, how they're doing right now. And it's actually clear now that Ten Hag really does want to play that high-pressuring system, have as much possession as possible, and then really shift your formation depending on when you have the ball and when you don't, right? And I think that we're seeing that very clearly with the way that we transition the ball from the back over to the final third. And with, if we are able to get a number 9, I think we are going to be a deadly force in the league. I think we are going to be a very formidable side, because now we have someone to actually end all of these plays that we're able to create, and we don't have to just, rest on the shoulders of Rashford or another winger to finish off a play for us, right? And I think that's the important part. Now that we know that, hey, Lisandro can give us a pass right from the back, Casemiro and Eriksen can drive the ball forward. Both of them can. And then we have Bruno. He's our magician. He's our wizard. He can make anything happen out of a hat. And, the wingers doing their thing. I think that number 9 spot right now with Martial, I think he's actually not doing poorly. I think he's doing pretty well. But I do think we need someone else to give him some sort of competition, because who else does he have behind him? Charlie McNeil is our academy player, and we're considering him bringing him back. We're bringing him into the senior team, just to give Martial some sort of sense of competition. Because if you think about it, before with Ronaldo, we weren't really getting that. Ronaldo scored 1 goal in the season, a non-penalty goal, right, against Everton. But that was it. And we didn't really have any clinical finishers throughout the first half of the season right now. So now that we have that clear playing style, we know what position we're missing, and let's not make the same mistake we made from years ago. We needed a defensive midfielder. We never got it, and look what happened. No trophies. We need a striker right now. Go get one. And honestly, I think just to put the cherry on top, the last thing is just to trust Ten Hag, right? Look, he's going to make mistakes. This is his first season as a United coach, and he is already, I believe, overachieving. He was given a team with so many cracks, with so many issues, locker room issues, discipline issues, no clear identity on the pitch. Nobody really seemed to gel together until he came along. And look at us now, right? We look like a very, very strong side, a very mature side. We know how to play together now. And it's all about capitalizing, right? And I think that, hey, we're going to see issues like, for example, the first 2 games, right, where he needed to learn that lineup that Ole used isn't what we need right now. Or, for example, that game against City, you can't start McTominay when you have Casemiro, one of the greatest midfielders to ever play, in the bench. So those are mistakes that he's going to make, and we're going to have to live through those as fans, right? We're going to hate it. Hindsight's always going to reassure us and push us to criticize him. But at the end of the day, we just need to understand that, hey, it's really his first season. We can't do much. We can't ask more than that. But I think with those 5 ways right there, we really ended up 2022 a lot better than we all anticipated, considering how we all started, right? We're no longer getting battered 4-0 every other game, which I think is a huge win for us. And now we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat. So going into 2023, if you want to see what's going on with that, click on the next video coming up here. Thank you very much.